Our guest today is Dr. Kiran Mehra Kerpelman, Director, United Nations Information Center for India and Bhutan. She's at the vortex of catalyzing change and spreading the message of United Nations across to rural areas in India. Recipient of various awards like the Gandhi Seva Medal and the Ambassador of Peace Award, it is indeed our pleasure and privilege to have you here with us today. We are indeed indebted to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It's a privilege for me and an honor to be here with you today and bring you the message of the United Nations.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us once again.
Beyond just our little area.
And you impact the youth in, giving them this kind of meaningful ways to harness this energy and to take this message of Gandhiji forward.
Absolutely, because the youth, they want to do something. They all really come to us and say, what is it that we can do? Give us some guidance. So we work with a lot of NGOs. One of them is the Gandhi Global Family. They are really, really into doing things with Gandhiji and youth all across India. We've done many things with them, including bringing sports to children in J&K, or just having international youth hostel. We have conferences for people who are visiting. I think youth is very keen. They just need that guidance. They need someone to tell them, this is what you can do. So yes, we work with youth, but we also try to work with universities, let's say. We'll work with librarians, and you'll ask me why. Because we want to talk to librarians to tell them that there is so much happening in the world to do with peace. So here are the books, here are the new databases that you can go to where you're looking for studies, peace studies, to tell your readers. So, these are really extremes. And in between, there's all the usual that we will do. Some of the most exciting things have been with school children and others to be at the Saket City Mall, let's say, having some sort of an event, or working with NGOs who work with on disability. I'd actually like to say people with different abilities. Or it could be also film festivals that we've been doing. And I've also been on the jury for the first international film festival for children, like a fully fledged, and this was in Lucknow. And it's the list is so long.
Endless,
I could keep it is endless. And of course, offhand, I could think of some of the main things, but it's not always the main things that get us the best awareness raising. It's sometimes the small things
and the insignificant
to some. And we have marched down Water Day. We've marched down India Gate. I've been with the war widows also on
of the Army
the International Women's Day, or with the Vrindavan widows, as they're called, with the different NGOs. It is something that's gone straight to me.
Just that you face at UNIC when you spread this kind of a message to the world over, or even in India in your capacity. Any other issues that you'd like to talk about?
I think, when we go really down to the grassroots, it's difficult sometimes. For me, it's a challenge to talk to people about other things when I can't go beyond the roti kapra makan. There are people who are really, really in poverty, and their question very often is that, what are you all doing for us? And it's difficult to explain to them that you are part of...
There is so much happening.
There is so much happening. You're part of a huge nation, which is part of a huge continent, which is part of a huge world. But that every little thing we can do, we are trying. And the rest, of course, is also up to everybody to try to make their life better. The other thing is also when I've been to sometimes conflict areas where the children have lost, disaster prone, or children have lost their father or parents. It's very, very difficult, and I've had a lot of discussions with children. And one thing we've done together with the Gandhi Global Family and with some other partners like the Kerala Football Association, together with corporate partners, we're taking sports. We're taking sports to these kids. We're giving them opportunities. We had the most fabulous cricket tournament for one whole month in J&K, starting in Jammu and ending in Srinagar, went through all the districts. We had about 46 matches, ended up in the final. And what the children had to say was, why didn't we get this chance before? Now I'm going to be a Tendulkar, or I'm going to be this. It gives them something else. Why not? It gives them something to dream about.
Yes.
And same with football. We just recently had in Kerala, and we had some celebrities from UK that the corporates had brought. And Kerala, one part of Kerala is football mad. I didn't know that, but I realized that they were. And it was fantastic to see what sports can provide.
It can, yes.
And for the United Nations, we have a whole department for sports for peace and development. And for me, it's really important that we try to push sports. There are the sports that are being pushed at a high level. But look at all those children who never get to that. So let's try to provide them an opportunity to dream.